everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to dive into something that's, absolutely critical for small and medium-sized businesses. We're talking about how to take your IT challenges, which I know can be a daily headache, and turn them into a real strategic asset for your company.
So, let me ask you a question. Does this sound familiar? 1 minute, everything's running smoothly, and the next, bam, a system crashes, you get a scary security alert, or an employee can't get into a file they desperately need. If your IT department feels less like a smooth operation and more like you're just putting out one fire after another, well, you're in the right place. We're about to look at a much better way to handle things.
So first up, let's really dig into what we're calling the recurring IT headache. We call it that for a reason. See, these aren't just little annoyances. These things have real, often hidden costs that are probably holding your business back in ways you don't even realize.
Just think about it for a second. That unexpected downtime that brings your whole operation to a screeching halt. The constant security scares that, keep you up at night. Your team wasting precious hours on tech glitches instead of doing their actual jobs. It all just adds up to lost productivity and this nagging worry about staying compliant. These are the exact pains that a good remote IT support system is built to fix.
And look, before your mind goes to, oh, this is going to be way too expensive, let's just ground this in reality for a moment. The research shows that really solid remote support plans typically run somewhere between just $20 and $150 a month. And that's per IT technician who is using the software. So we're not talking about some astronomical cost here. This is a totally manageable investment in the stability and security of your business.
I really love this quote because it gets to the heart of the mindset shift we're talking about. The goal isn't just to patch up problems as they appear. No, it's about building a system that actually turns those constant pains into predictable, repeatable wins for your business. We're talking better performance, stronger security, and just, smoother day-to-day operations. And that, of course, brings us to a much smarter way to work. So let's take a look at how secure remote IT support actually delivers on this promise and how it can shift your operations from being reactive to truly proactive.
So what is this stuff exactly? Well, at its core, remote IT support is really just about having the right tools and services to manage, fix, and lock down your entire IT setup, from anywhere. The key phrase here, the thing that really matters, is the ability to respond to issues instantly. That's how you stop small problems before they blow up into those big fire drills we were talking about earlier.
So, the goals of any good system like this are crystal clear. First, you want to minimize that soul-crushing downtime. Second, you want to build a fortress around your data with really strong cybersecurity. Third, you've got to navigate that whole maze of compliance. And finally, you just want to make everything run better, more efficiently. These are really the 4 pillars of a solid remote support strategy.
All right, so this all sounds pretty good, right? But the big question is, how do you actually do it? Well, this next section is your roadmap. It's a simple 4-step plan designed to help you take back control of your IT once and for all.
And the process itself is refreshingly straightforward. Step 1, assess your needs. You got to know where the cracks are in your current setup. Step 2, select the right tools for the job. Step 3, and this one is so important, train your staff. A tool is useless if no one knows how to use it properly. And finally, step 4, monitor and evaluate. This isn't a one-and-done kind of thing. It's a continuous cycle of improvement.
Okay, let's talk about compliance for a second. For a lot of business owners, that word alone can be, intimidating. It feels like this impossibly complex maze of acronyms and rules. But honestly, it doesn't have to be that way.
This is how you turn that maze into a simple map. You see, whether you're dealing with GDPR for customer data or PCI DSS for credit card info, every regulation has a clear action tied to it. For example, with HIPAA, you need encrypted access and audit logs to protect patient data. For PCI DSS, you need to be remotely monitoring for system vulnerabilities. The right tools build these actions directly into your daily workflow, making it almost automatic.
Okay, so you're ready to find a solution. But man, there are a lot of options out there. How do you choose the right tool or the right partner for your business? This next part is your practical guide to making a really informed decision.
Here it is, your 5-point checklist. It's super simple but incredibly powerful. 1, does it fit the budget? 2, does it have the core features you actually need, like remote access and logging? 3, can it help you meet your compliance needs? 4, what are other businesses like yours saying about it? And 5, this one's critical, can it grow with you? Use this as your scorecard when you're looking at different options.
Now let's see how this stuff actually plays out in the real world. Here are 2 quick examples. First, a healthcare clinic. They used encrypted remote access and ended up achieving full HIPAA compliance with 0 breaches for over a year. Awesome. Then you have a retail business. They used remote monitoring to constantly scan for vulnerabilities, which streamlined their PCI DSS compliance. So 2 totally different industries, 2 different challenges, but the same core solution delivering real, tangible results.
And this really brings us to the ultimate goal, right? It's about moving from this defensive position of just managing risk to going on the offense and creating a true strategic advantage. So, let's outline the concrete next steps you can take to build a more secure and more successful future for your business.
Okay, here are 3 things you can literally do tomorrow. First, get the right people, your IT and management teams, in the same room to talk about what you need. Second, don't just commit blindly, run a trial, pilot a solution, and see if it actually works for you. And third, make this a living process with regular, maybe quarterly reviews. This makes the whole thing feel actionable and way less daunting.
And that brings us to our final thought. I want to leave you with one big question to ask yourself. Are you going to keep treating your IT as just another line item on the budget, a cost center? Or are you ready to transform it into your next competitive advantage, something that drives efficiency, security, and real growth? The choice, really, is yours.